Welcome to STOA. This is your place to become the CEO of your trading business. Now, we're not here to give you hot stock tips or some secret indicator. Today, we are diving deep into the one thing that the vast majority of traders get wrong and how mastering it can completely transform your approach from a gamble into a real, legitimate business.
Okay, let's get right into it. We're tackling the single biggest hurdle in trading, and it's your own mind. Look, this isn't just some small piece of the puzzle. It is the entire game board. It is the one thing that truly separates consistent success from that constant, frustrating struggle.
Imagine for a second, spending over 7 years completely immersed in the financial markets. We're talking thousands of hours dedicated to rigorously testing, building, and breaking systems just to figure out what actually works. That's the journey I've been on, all to understand the real mechanics behind why prices move.
And you know, through that whole journey, we've had the privilege of helping other really sharp, successful people, founders, executives, professionals from all over the world make that exact same critical shift, moving away from gut feelings and emotional reactions to a structured, professional, systematic way of operating.
This slide, man, it really captures the core problem we see every single day. On one side, you've got the gamble, right? It's all emotional choices, gut instincts, and it feels completely overwhelming. But on the other side, you've got the business, a structured system that's driven by data and solid risk engineering. We teach you how to build that well-oiled machine.
So, before we dive any deeper, I want you to do something for me. I want you to imagine, what if you had just paid $10,000 for the insights I'm about to share with you? I want you to bring that level of focus right now, because that's what turns information into real, genuine transformation.
All right, let's get into the first and honestly the most crucial lesson. Your biggest opponent in this game, it isn't some hedge fund, it's not a fancy algorithm, and it is definitely not the market. Your real opponent is the person staring right back at you in the mirror.
You've probably heard this stat before, that 95% of day traders fail. And maybe you dismissed it as just a scare tactic, but I'm here to tell you it is 100% true. This is a difficult game, not because the markets are impossible to figure out, but because we are so difficult to control.
And this is the key takeaway here. Most traders, they spend all their energy on the left side of this slide. They're analyzing charts, searching for the perfect tool, trying to predict what's going to happen next. But the winners, the pros, they figured out that the battle is actually won or lost over on the right side. It's all about emotional mastery, controlling your impulses, and managing your own internal psychology.
So what actually happens when your psychology is out of control? Well, it shows up as these specific, really destructive behaviors. And almost always, they're driven by two primal emotions, fear and greed. Let's break down what these actually look like when you're in the trenches.
First up, we've got the classic, FOMO, the fear of missing out. You know the feeling, right? You see a stock taking off, everyone on social media is talking about it, and you feel this intense pressure to just jump in before you miss the entire move. This isn't a strategy, it's a reaction. It's chasing, and let me tell you, it almost never ends well.
And then there's its ugly cousin, revenge trading. You take a loss, and man, it stings. So instead of stepping back and reassessing, you immediately jump into another trade, usually a bigger, riskier one, to make it all back. At that point, you've completely abandoned your plan and you're just gambling out of anger. This is one of the fastest ways to absolutely blow up an account.
This brings us to probably one of the most common psychological traps out there, loss aversion. We hate being wrong so much that we'll watch a losing trade go deeper and deeper into the red, just hoping it'll turn around, because we want to avoid the pain of accepting that loss. And at the same time, we'll cut a winning trade short at the very first sign of profit because we're scared it's going to reverse. Letting losers run and cutting winners, it's the exact opposite of a profitable system.
So, how do we fix all this? Well, the solution isn't another indicator. It's not a new strategy. The solution is a fundamental shift in your identity. You have to stop thinking of yourself as a trader and start acting like the CEO of your own trading business.
I mean, just look at the difference here. The gambler chases highs, acts on pure emotion, and is constantly just reacting to whatever the market is doing. The CEO, on the other hand, they manage risk, they execute a system, they make data-driven decisions, and they are proactive, not reactive. Which one of those sounds like it has a better shot at long-term survival?
This quote from Van K. Tharp just says it all. You do not trade the markets. You can only trade your beliefs about the markets.
You aren't reacting to some objective reality out there, no. You are trading your own beliefs, your own hopes, and your own fears. And once you truly get that, you realize the only thing you can actually control is yourself.
So how does a CEO operate? They don't run on whims and feelings. They operate with a system. A professional trading system isn't just a nice idea. It is the non-negotiable operational manual for your entire business. It's what turns all this theory into actual practice.
And it's built on 3 pillars. First, the trading plan. Think of this as your company's rule book. It defines exactly what a valid trade looks like for you. Second, risk management. This is your defense, your insurance policy. It defines exactly how much you risk and where you get out if you're wrong. And third, the trading journal. This is your business's data analytics department, where you objectively review your performance to find your edge and eliminate your mistakes.
Now, I gotta be real with you. Implementing this system is the path, but it's not an overnight journey. Becoming a profitable, consistent trader is just like mastering any other elite skill, whether you're talking about becoming a surgeon or a professional athlete. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
A realistic timeline looks something like this. Year 1 is purely about survival and collecting data. Your only job is to execute your plan and gather that data without blowing up your account. Year 2 is all about using that data to refine your system and, more importantly, building the mental strength to actually follow it. It's really only in year 3 and beyond that you can expect to achieve that state of consistent, professional execution.
So, this all brings us to one simple question you have to ask yourself. Right now, are you going to continue being a gambler just at the mercy of your emotions? Or are you ready to step up and actually become the CEO?
Look, if you've made it this far into the explainer, that tells me you're serious. And honestly, that's exactly who STOA is for. We operate on an application-only basis because we want to work with individuals who are truly ready to elevate their game.
If you're tired of wasting hours just chasing noise and you want to implement a proven process that delivers real results in less than 90 minutes a day, then you should apply.
Just a heads up, seats are limited, and once they're filled, they're gone for the entire quarter. So click the link in the description to fill out a brief application. If you found this content valuable, please do me a favor and share it with another entrepreneur who you think is ready to become a CEO. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. I really look forward to connecting with you next time. Here's to your success.